AI prompts to write a newsletter. In this video, I'm going to share 15 different AI prompts that will help you revolutionize your newsletter writing process and then also save you a lot more time. My name's Trey. I run Akari Social, where we help founders build newsletters and back-end email systems. And we are so confident in our process and our systems that we will implement our system into your business for completely free for 30 days. Again, it's working for us, it's working for other founders, so just click the first link in the description. I say it every video, but again, the more content you share, the more money you make, and that is even more true with email marketing. Go to the second link in the description. There are AI newsletter prompts here. There are over 12 plus prompts that we use, but also check out my Twitter. There are tons and tons of examples just talking about different copywriting frameworks that you can use within your own newsletter. So I'd highly recommend checking that out as well. So these are some of the best AI writing tools that we use on a regular basis. Most commonly used, ChatGPT and Claude. This is our bread and butter, but ChatGPT, Jasper, Claude, WriteSonic, Copy AI are all great options. I went ahead and also listed out the different pricing options and structures that all of these AI writing tools have. It honestly comes down to personal preference. There's pros and cons to all of them, but in our experience for writing and newsletter writing specifically, ChatGPT and Claude do an exceptional job at specifically writing client brand guides, onboarding briefs, multi-email flows. It just does an exceptional job as long as you are prompting it in the proper way, which is, again, exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. So first of all, it's important to understand why most AI prompts fail. So a bad AI prompt, simply put, it just lacks structure. It is not defining an audience or purpose, okay? It's very vague. Obviously, a good one is very detailed and talks about the audience description, and it also has specific output for requirements. That is exactly what separates a bad prompt from a good prompt. The writing process used to take quite a while. 15, 20, 30 minutes to write a newsletter every single week. While that's a lot of time, your prompts should still take 15, 20, even 30 minutes to create. If you're doing a good job, the prompt is going to take the most amount of time. The writing will be better than your writing likely as long as the prompt is effective and very, very descriptive. So just to give you an example as well of how in-depth we go for our clients, this is one of our clients we work with. We conduct audience research for over 72 hours of time and to understand the core purpose of the business. So just quickly looking at the audience pain points, we have spoken with over 40, 50 plus. With this brand, we've spoken with over 40 plus different members for this business. We spoke with over 50 plus different members from their audience and just asked them what they're struggling with. The same 6 or 7 pain points kept coming up over and over and over again. We have a 10 plus page Google document explaining in depth what these people are struggling with, but this is just summarized some of the pain points that this audience is facing. So that's how in depth that you need to go when you're working with a business or it's for your own business. Hop on Zoom meetings. That's so important to actually speak to these people and not just guess. There are multiple occasions where we will join a sales call and the prospect on the other side says, that email you wrote really resonated with me. I think you guys have the solution to my problem. And it's starting with this. This is like the anatomy of a good, effective AI prompt. First, and there's 6 steps total, assign a clear role. You need to ask and tell GPT who you are helping. So in this example, we're helping a kettlebell fitness coach. Okay. Next, define your audience. You need to have the age demographic of any viewer that watches your video or any viewer that goes into your call. There is an answer for this, and don't just guess. 28 to 45 for this example. And then also, again, you have to identify what they're struggling with and what their dream outcome would be. For these people, they're struggling to stay consistent with their fitness routine due to time, energy, or confidence issues. Even we could throw in maybe a busy work schedule, okay, for example. Step 3, provide context. These are people that have tried going to the gym. They've followed home workout apps. Many are ex-athletes, parents, or professionals who've lost their fitness identity. This is hyper-specific. This is super specific, and this, again, is what you need to be doing, or at least replicate what we're writing about for this example. Next up, outline the product. So this product is a 30-minute kettlebell training, or maybe it's a 3-minute kettlebell training or transformation, whatever it may be. Maybe it's a 30-minute weekly meal prep plan. You need to outline the product in a very descriptive way. 5, specify output format. Write an email that opens with punchy emotional hook, names the hidden problem, ends with an invitation. So we're going to go a bit more in depth. This is actually pretty vague in my opinion, but again, what's important is that you are specifying a specific output. Lastly, define the tone and style. Human, energizing, a bit raw. I see so many brands, and AI we'll talk about this in a moment, but AI is great, but a lot of the times it is almost too punctual, and it's hard to kind of decrease the amount of punctuation, prompting it with being human, energizing, a bit raw, maybe even removing some of the grammatical perfection that AI often does. It will make you stand out a bit more. It will make you look less robotic and make it look like it was not written with AI. Rather, it was written by a human. Next up, research prompting. These next 2 slides are actually very important, so I'd highly recommend listening up. But you can type into AI, I need you to analyze conversations of people on Reddit, Twitter, Amazon, relevant forums about their common objections, misconceptions, fears, desired outcomes, frustrations. Again, it's even better being on sales calls with these people, speaking with them in the YouTube comments, Instagram DMs, what have you. But this is a good backup plan by just simply typing, act as a market researcher, analyzing conversations about your product topic, and then Reddit, Twitter, Amazon, etc. Going even a step further, use this for competitor and influencer analysis. So I'm just going to go over competitor copy analysis, but studying landing pages, marketing from top brands, extract their exact claims, promises, unique differentiators, call to actions, etc., and then create some sort of swipe file organized by hooks, proof points, and emotional drivers. This will put you in a completely different league than your competition because you're able to effectively spy on what's already working and create your own variant instead of having to test hundreds of thousands of pieces of copy to find what a lot of these top brands are at. Instead, you can just start at the top and stay at the top by simply prompting it in doing competitor and influencer analysis. Now, while AI prompts are great, there are a couple dead giveaways. In fact, there's 2 that are very important that I see very commonly. But overused phrasing, like in today's fast world, unlock your full potential, we're excited to offer. A lot of the times the call to actions, even in the introduction, is just common generic phrasing. And you will have to manually change that because, again, it just doesn't look great. And they're just using what's currently working. But that's not, again, how to stand out. You need to use unique language that's unique to your brand or unique to your voice. Also, the lack of edge or personality. I mean, very commonly AI takes kind of the safe, soft-spoken language. That's not exactly ideal. You want to inject your personality, your humor. Maybe it's even lowercase letters. I mean, it's simple stuff. AI is almost perfect grammatically. And that could be a turnoff for some people, especially if you're more raw, uncut, which a lot of content creators and founders are. They just say it how it is. And again, if you're just overly safe and using neutral language, I mean, it's going to be hard to stand out and people are going to know that it's not exactly you writing it. There's also a couple of other giveaways that are pretty obvious, but one of the most common, I'm not going to speak about the other 2, is the M dash. Oftentimes with AI, you'll see this dash provided in the text. Now, you can just ask ChatGPT to remove it, but I see very often there are tons of newsletters out there that will include it or forget to delete it, and it just makes it unprofessional. And oftentimes ChatGPT overuses it because of the overall spacing of the platform. Whenever it doesn't finish a sentence, it'll add that M dash. So be sure that's removed. This is your skeleton for email prompting for advanced writers. Like, this is the bread and butter. Besides the AI newsletter prompts I've already provided in the description, this is it. Like, this is how you format an effective prompt. First of all, the hook. Every email starts with a hook. Write 5 different emotional hooks about a topic that would resonate with audience. Each hook should be 2 to 3 sentences and create immediate connection through shared experience, surprise, or curiosity. So why does this work? Again, I talked about reading books like The Boron Letters, Take Their Money, Cashvertising. Most just general AI users would say, write me 5 different hooks that resonates with my audience. That's decent. But what's exceptional is writing 5 emotional hooks about your specific topic that resonates with the audience, and there's shared experiences, surprise, or curiosity. Now you're getting into the human psyche. Now AI is going to work for you and not against you. It's still going to be unique, but it's speaking to the people's feelings, what they're actually feeling and experiencing on a day-to-day basis, okay? Next up, the bridge. You need to create a paragraph that transitions from either a PAS framework or just talks about the desired outcome, okay? This is where knowing copywriting frameworks is super effective, because then bridging it is a piece of cake. You just kind of plug and play whatever copywriting framework you're using into the bridge. Next up, the lesson. Doesn't always need to be used, but you should be able to develop some sort of practical tip that delivers immediate value. Oftentimes we provide a unique lead magnet specific to that email. We just provide some sort of value that helps solve a problem for the reader, okay? The better the lesson, the more value you provide, the more money you will make, I promise you. Lastly, the call to action. Now, I do want to add, ending your newsletter with a cliffhanger or a call to action, and when I say cliffhanger, you can even kind of showcase your high-ticket program. You can showcase a Google document that is in your high-ticket program. You want to kind of just hint and provide a call to action for people to continuously read your newsletter every single week, and prompting AI with write 3 different call to action paragraphs that encourage a specific action without being pushy. But again, what's important to understand is that AI will make it too grammatical. It's important that you do kind of come in and adjust it a tad, because the call to action is unique to you. It's going to needs to be in your voice, okay? So with all that said, if you are someone who wants to take your newsletter to the next level and really drive revenue into your business, first of all, get your free newsletter AI prompt. There are plenty of prompts that we use on a day-to-day basis for our clients and even for myself. But if you need a personalized email newsletter strategy, book your free 30-minute call using the first link in the description. Not only is it a free 30-minute call, but we will implement our system, if it's a good fit, into your business for completely free for 30 days. Of course, if you meet our requirements. But with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll talk soon.